be a 3 to 4 hour queue. It is going to be heaving. It is busy. It is crazy. Nothing's in order. I really wouldn't bother. Is 66 books worth it? So I hope you're well and having the most incredible day as always. Welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are doing well, and in today's video I'm going to be taking you guys along with me to 66 books. So I went to 66 books last weekend and I had the best time, and I thought, you know what, let's take you guys along with me, let's show you guys what it's like inside and just give you an entire video on kind of, is it worth it, what's there. Obviously we're going to have to go through a haul because you know I couldn't go to 66 books and not buy anything. So that is what we're going to be doing in today's video. I hope you guys enjoy. If you love books, if you love Lush, if you love vlogs, the bag just fell. That made me jump. 1 second. I think it's going to say, okay, what was I saying? Oh yeah, if you love Lush, if you love books, if you love vlogs, make sure you hit that subscribe button. I would love to have you here. Your company means the world and I would really appreciate it. But yes, let's dive into this video. I hope you guys enjoy and carry on watching. So a quick rundown for today's video. I'm going to be going through a few frequently asked questions that I get when I go to 66 books. Then I'm going to be sharing with you like the B-roll vlog style content that I took when I was there, and then we're going to end off with a big haul. So exciting. So let's start off with what 66 books actually is. Essentially, 66 books is a massive book warehouse based in Hemel Hempstead in London, and it's open 1 weekend a month, sometimes 2, depending on if they're busy or if they're free. Follow them on Facebook, by the way, because you get all the updates on there. But they're basically open 1 to 2 weekends a month for the general public. You can go there and get 70% off of retail pricing on books, which is so fun. Now when you go there, they always say don't expect to see like new releases or anything like that, but I really think that's a bit of a lie because I've been there before and there's been really good books in there. Like I've seen The Archer's Voice special edition, I've seen like Girl Abroad, I've seen Daisy Hates, I've seen books that aren't necessarily brand new but they're very popular on TikTok, BookTok, that kind of thing, and YouTube obviously, and I feel like it is just definitely a really good time. So yeah, that is basically what 66 books is. Now let's discuss your plan of action, because let's be real, it is not for the faint-hearted. It is busy, it is crazy, you really have to take your time. So I would recommend getting there for 9 o'clock, not 10 o'clock, not 11. Go for 9 AM on the dot, because give it a few hours, there's going to be a 3 to 4 hour queue. It is going to be heaving, so you want to get there for when it opens. I personally live roughly about 2 hours away, so I wake up at the crack of dawn at 4:30 and we leave here at about 5. It gives us enough time to stop and have a coffee and get there a little bit early just to get ourselves in the queue. So I would recommend just get there for 9 o'clock. You'll thank me later. Like, do not leave any later, get there for 9 AM. So when you get there, obviously there is a massive queue. Take a book, take some snacks. You cannot take any food or drink inside, so if you're going to take snacks and drinks and things, make sure it's something you can eat quickly and then throw in the bin before you go in. You have to pay a £2 joining fee when you get there, so essentially to join the 66 book club it's a £2 fee which lasts a year, and that's for the whole household. That will give you the 70% off of the books, which is amazing. Now when you go inside, obviously it is a warehouse, so nothing's in order, nothing is, you know, you're not going to get categories of genre or anything like that. It is basically chaos. However, take your time. You can be in there until about 6 PM. There is no cut-off time for you to leave, so look through all of the books from the top all the way to the bottom. I'm doing that in the wrong way. From the top to the bottom, have a look through them all, take your time and really just kind of go through them all and just see what's there, because I find that I'll just be looking for, you know, popular BookTok, BookTube books, which you're not going to find tons and tons of, but you will find the hidden gems. But also, I mean, this time I picked up books which I didn't even have on my radar, and I picked them up and they just really intrigued me, which was really fun. So yeah, definitely take your time and get there early. That is a few tips. So I've briefly touched on the stock, whether it's busy, what time to get there, what it is and everything like that. Now obviously the main question is 66 books worth it? Now I think for me it's definitely worth going. I would say for me personally, I aim to go maybe 4 times a year, because it gives that enough time for the stock to sort of refresh and get a few new books in. It's not so frequent that you're going to go once a month and have the same books in every single time. So I aim to go maybe 3-ish, 4 times times a year, something like that, and I think that is a really good amount of times to go. If you love books, if you are a reader, if you read multiple books a month, or you're just really getting into reading and you want to kind of have a few more books on your TBR and you can get there and go with people and have a really amazing day, definitely worth it. If you want to go there for like 1 or 2 specific books, I really wouldn't bother, because it is just massive, and I feel like it's not likely you're going to find exactly what you're looking for, because there's been books that I've had on my radar that I want to get from 66 Books, and every time I go there they don't have it in stock, which is so annoying. So yeah, it is just one of those things, you either can find it or you can't. So if you are into books and you're not too worried about the books that you can find, definitely worth it. So now that I've chewed your ear off for about 5 minutes in regard to what 66 Books is and that kind of thing, let's go on to the vlog I filmed last weekend of like the B-roll, and just for you guys to see what it looks like on the inside. So let's go into that. Editing Melody, pop it in now. So I hope you guys enjoyed seeing that little snippet of what it looks like inside. I'm really sorry that there wasn't overly loads of footage, but when you go into 66 Books, they basically say to you, like, they don't mind you filming, but please don't film other people's faces or anything like that, which is completely understandable, but it just meant that I couldn't, you know, set up my camera and just like film myself walking around too much, because there was people everywhere. So hopefully you guys saw a little bit of a snippet of what it's like. But let's get on to the fun part. Let's get on to the bit that you guys want to see, and that is my 66 Books book haul. I only bought 7 books, which I think for me is actually quite good. She says when her TBR is over 500, but we're not going to talk about it. Let's dive into the haul. Okay, so the first book I picked up is actually a book I've already read. However, I have the old cover. This is the new cover, and it is so floppy. I just couldn't say no, because I really want all of my books to be the new covers by this author. So this is Maggie Moves On by Lucy Score. Now again, I've already read this book. I really enjoyed it, but I couldn't say no. Like, the actual flop of this book is so good, and I just really wanted the new cover, and for £3, like, I just couldn't say no. So this is Maggie Moves On. It's a really lovely romance book about a girl who is obviously called Maggie, and she runs a YouTube channel where she basically flips houses, and she meets this guy called Silas, who is like a landscaper, and they kind of work together. It's a really beautiful book. I really enjoyed it when I read it, and yeah, I just love Lucy Score, so I had to pick this one up, obviously. The next book I picked up was mainly because I saw the author's name, and I really enjoyed the after movies, especially like the first 2. Like, they were really good in my opinion, and I have the books of the after series, but I've never finished them, so maybe I might read them in a reading vlog sometime. I don't know, I might do. I did start them, but I never finished it. And I saw this book. This is The Burning by Anna Todd. I've just noticed this is actually book 2 in a trilogy, so I'm going to have to pick up the other 2, which is obviously such a shame. I might just wait until I go back to 66 Books again, and they might obviously have them in. Do I know what this book is about? Absolutely not. Feel free to pause it when you saw the back just then. All I know is that this is a romance. So it says on the back that it's a bond that can't stay broken, and that it's an unlikely love story which began in the falling, grows deeper and even more intense in the burning, which is the second book in the trilogy. So I am going to have to read book 1, obviously, before I can dive into this one. I bought it on a whim. I saw that it was Anna Todd. Sometimes I just fancy like a Wattpad style romance, do you know what I mean? So pick that one up. The next 2 books you can actually get in the works at the moment, so I'm not really sure what possessed me to pick them up at 66 Books, but anyway, I got excited. I picked them up. So the first first one is Kennedy Ryan's This Could Be Us. I bought the first book there last time, so I thought, you know what, let's pick up the second one. Feel free to pause and have a read about what this book is about. I don't want to bore you by reading the entirety of the blurb, but all I know is that I have the first one, I wanted the second one, and Emily Henry absolutely loved it, so I had to pick it up. And again, it was like £3, so can't say no to that one. And the second book, which is also available in the works at the moment, is Those We Drown by Amy Goldsmith. The cover really intrigued me. Like, I have seen this in the works a few times and not bothered picking it up, but I turned it over and read that it said combining Greek mythology with influencer vibes, and I was like, I need to read it. Those We Drowned took me on a wild ride. I've always wanted to go on a cruise, but this made me think twice. I loved it. So now I'm thinking, is this about a cruise? Is it going to be Titanic vibes? Is there going to be a scary octopus? I don't know, but all I know is that it really intrigued me, and the cover was just beautiful. Like, I love the look of this cover, so had to pick it up. It was £3. That's basically the reason. And the next book is one which is written by an author I have never heard of in my life, but I saw the cover and I saw that it was a MAC cover, and I was like, do you know what, like, you've got to come home with me. There was also only 2 of these left, so I'm thinking, is this a popular book? Have I done a good thing by picking this up? This is The Unwilling by Kelly Braffett, I think that's how you pronounce her name, and it's a fantasy book, which, could I tell you what it's about? Absolutely not, but it looks beautiful. It just screamed my name. Like, I love the MAC cover, I love just the picture of it, and I thought, you know what, let's just do it. It is nearly 600 pages, which I didn't actually take into account when I picked this up, but I thought, you know what, when I'm I cannot speak today. When I'm fancying something different, like a fantasy, but nothing too, what's the word, like, well known, I suppose, like, I want something different, I'll pick this up. And it is 600 pages, so it is going to take me a while, but I picked it up. It was beautiful. There was literally no other reason why I bought that one other than the fact the cover really drew me in, so love that. The next book, again, is actually another one that you can get in the works, but you can only buy the paperback. When I saw this hardback, I just knew that I wanted this version instead. This is Fair Rosaline by Natasha Solomons, and it says, before Romeo and Juliet, he loved Fair Rosaline. And I feel like this is just going to be a really intriguing book. Like, is it going to be fantasy? Is it going to be dark romance? I have no idea. It basically says on the back that the greatest love story of all time was a lie, so I guess this is supposed to be before Romeo and Juliet. I don't even know, but this cover is so beautiful. Like, I could not pick this up. It is so lovely. I know that the one that's in the works at the moment, it's pink and it has like a similar vibe, but I love this cover. Did I buy it just for the cover? Yes, I did. But I'm excited. I've seen a few people buy it from the works recently as well, so I thought, you know what, let's just buy the hardcover of that one. And the last book I picked up is actually a non-fiction book. Now, you know me, I am not a massive non-fiction girly. Like, I love a fiction, I love a romance, I love a dark romance, fantasy, etc. However, when I saw this, I just knew that I wanted to read it because his story, without even reading this, like, makes me want to burst into tears. Like, I think it's just heartbreaking. So this is the Michael J. Fox No Time Like the Future book, which I am just so excited to read, because if you guys don't know Michael J. Fox, he was in Back to the Future, and I love Back to the Future so much, but he actually has Parkinson's, which is just, it's like the most heartbreaking thing. And when I saw him play guitar with Coldplay at Glastonbury, I literally wanted to cry. It was the most beautiful, amazing thing I've ever seen. This is his book, and I just wanted to pick it up because not only do I love him as an actor, but also I just want to know more about his story and things like that. So I'm really excited to give this a read as well. I'm still yet to read Matthew Perry's book, but I don't feel physically and emotionally ready to handle that at the moment, but I will read it for sure. I really want to read it this year, so that is kind of on my list to read. But yeah, I thought I'd pick this one up. It's not very big either. Love that. Very excited to read it as well. So those are all of the books that I bought at 66 Books. That's my vlog. It's my thoughts and opinions. You've kind of got one video for everything, so I really hope you guys did enjoy. And if you guys are watching me for the first time, you are brand new to this channel, hello and welcome. Please stick around. I would absolutely love to have you here, and it's a fun place to be, so make sure you hit that subscribe button. I'm gonna go. I need to go and make some dinner, so I will see you guys in my next video. I love you guys so much, and yeah, I'll see you in my next one. Bye guys.